Yeah. Welcome to the Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad podcast. Yes, sir. You tuned in with myself, Biggie, aka Jason, aka Biggie. I don't know. I'm figuring it out right now. Going through a bit of a crisis. What up, though? How you doing? Not how you doing, but what up, though, Chris? What's good with you?
Lots is good with me. It's been a while, but as always, welcome. This isn't the view, damn it. This is the dad's point of view where we talk about wiener wedgies, women's farts, and man periods, guy stuff, all stuff that comes with being a rad bad stay-at-home dad. Sorry, channeling my rock there. This is episode 7. It's been a while since episode 6, but episode 6 I thought was our best. If you don't believe me, go back and listen to it. Jason, for those listening live, how do they go back and listen to it? Who, what, where, when, why, and how?
Yes. So, guys, make sure that you go on to all streaming platforms. That's Google, that's Amazon, that's iHeartRadio, that's iTunes. Anywhere you can do iPod streaming, you could definitely find us there. But not only that, we're streaming live here on Facebook. If you don't have us liked, go ahead and like. I know there's some people pulling up in my personal Facebook. What up, though? Appreciate you guys stopping in. Make sure that you go and like and share this podcast or this group with any and everybody. But also, we're grooving and moving over on YouTube. So please make sure you go on YouTube, subscribe, get us set up there. We're trying to make a big move, make some things happen and grow. I know we took a minute off. Remember, we still are fathers. That's the reason why we are doing this and connecting. But we rounded up the summer, man. So we're gonna kind of catch up here and go from there. But remember, we're streaming on all platforms. If you want to, you can definitely follow us on Twitter as well as TikTok. Just this right here, right below us. Right there. Right there. Go ahead and hit it. Rad, bad, sad. That's how you'll find us. Put that in your search bar. You can find us on Twitter as well as TikTok. One thing I think is amazing is that we're extremely excited to have our conversation today because one, football has commenced. The first game is over with. You know what I'm saying? 17 games. The first game is in the books. Tampa Bay versus Dallas. Brady versus Prescott. Prescott's first game back after a whole season after that horrific injury. Now he's back, man. So I'm excited. We're going to talk about that just very little, but not only that, I'm kind of exactly how we've been and what's been going on since the end of summer is here. School is back. And yeah, man. Chris, my fellow friend, how are you holding up?
I'm doing good. First things first, Rams 35, Bills 20 in the Super Bowl in February. You heard it here first. Matthew Stafford, MVP of the Super Bowl. I still got faith in him. Football
Rams?
aside, Rams, yeah. Who you got, real quick, and then we'll dig into the
Oh,
point of this
man.
show.
You know what I'm thinking, man? I'm
You
thinking
you got Green Bay beating Green Bay.
that's all. That's it. There's nothing else to really talk about. Green Bay all day. And I wouldn't be mad if I don't know. I don't know who's coming out of the AFC, man. Who? I don't know.
Chiefs, Bills, or Titans is what I
I mean, I
like.
know who's over there, but I'm just saying that I think garbage. But I mean, Chiefs should probably be the best. That'll be your number one team because they're still shooting. They still got all the big guns, and so oh yeah, Packers
Well,
Chiefs.
I'm doing great, man. It was we a couple. I was the end of August was pretty rough, and now I'm almost not even a stay-at-home dad. I'm on easy street. My role now, Monday through Friday, is I get up earlier now and get up early, get them out of bed, or make sure they get ready for school. I make their lunches, drive them to school, make sure everything's good, and then I got 6.5 hours to take care of other stuff. And then I go pick them up and make sure everything's good with them and chat with them about their day for 45 minutes and then give them some grub. And then Jack comes home and it's It's always, the grass is always greener. Like I kind of like, I always enjoy my time by myself, and then I'm lonely and I miss them, and then like August, I'm just like, get me away from them. So that's that's where I'm at. How about you? I know you so you lose one full time, one part time, and now you're one-on-one time for a
There you
little bit,
go.
right?
So one, before I jump in that, I'm a tad envious of you having complete freedom for 6 hours, right? Trying to figure out exactly what you do and don't want to do, and take care of what you have to and kind of want to, or those
It
type of things.
it's not complete freedom. I mean, it's a hell of a. There is a shitload of freedom of, you know what, I need to go run this errand, or Jack needs
That
something
part.
done. I can take to it, but there is. I still have to be busy, and I still have to get things done. So I mean,
Oh,
and there is a honey do list that it's like, it's not permanent marker, it's dry erase. So you get it done, it's erased, and there's something else that comes on the board. So I don't get me wrong, I do have it. I'm blessed to have the freedom and the workout. And first day the kids were at school, I actually golfed 18. But
nah. See,
the last 2 days though, I've been rearranging the house and the storage room, which we're purging ourselves. We got a new room roof yesterday, and so they let us throw some stuff in the dumpster. And that's like, you're a stay-at-home dad when you get excited to throw things away to get out of your damn house. Like,
I'm gonna jump
highlight of
on it.
my week
Right, I'm
outside
gonna
of
jump
kids
onto
going
that.
to
I'm gonna
school.
tell you something about
Sorry, go
that.
ahead.
No, you're good. But as far as dating back to the first question is how are we holding up over here? Yeah, so Hazel's back full time. She's excited. Third grade. Quinn is joining the game. Kindergarten? No, what is it? Preschool? Kindergarten? Which one's first? Preschool.
She's in
Oh,
preschool. She's not there all day, right? She's in
yep.
preschool.
She goes in at 1 o'clock. Today was her first day of school. With that, I thought she was gonna be a little hesitant. Like I thought she was gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not ready to go, Dad. Nah, I can't leave you. It's just you and Margo. What will you two do without me?" I thought that's what's gonna happen. She said deuces, like literally chucked the deuces and then hopped up on the bus, man. She was out. She was ready. She wanted to be next to her classmates is what she calls them. And like she was ready. So it was like a bittersweet because I remember last year, right before, because I mean Margot wasn't really born yet, so it was just her and I, and Hazel went to school, and then it was just Quinn and I doing our thing. She's 3 years old. She doesn't want to hang out with dad, and we rocking it. And now she doesn't want that. She wants school, And then I'm not about to not let Margot take a nap, man. She's not even 2 yet. So yeah, we we taking full naps. Like go ahead and get your 3 in and relax. So today was my first day of like, okay, everyone's sleep. What do I do? And exactly what you just said. I have a whole dry eraser board of things to do, honey to do, right? So, laundry started, dinner ideas was kicking around. If I'm gonna make X, I gotta start to take the meat out and let it marinate. All this kind of stuff. Clean the bathrooms, pick up the toys that's on the floor that I've been telling them to pick up all week. And so I'll be honest with you. The first hour, nothing. I did nothing. I played Call of Duty on my phone.
Well, you did something though. You did
Right,
something. You shut it down. You needed to
yeah,
shut it down.
I should have. And then I talked to my sister for about an hour and a half. So before I figured it out, I was like, God damn, it's already 3 o'clock. Everybody's about to start coming home. So let me at least start something. And yeah, I kicked it into full drive. So
When they're at school so I drop them off. I get back from dropping them off. I come to home at 9:35, and then I leave to pick them up at 3:45. So it sounds like a long time. And then
mhm.
Jack is like, what'd you do all day? Not like in a bad way, but like, what did you do? And it's like, so I came home, and if I didn't, like, did the dishes real quick, and then I worked out for 40 minutes, and then I showered, and then I did this and this, and it was like, well, it was time to do, or I had like 45 minutes to go get them, but you can't start something because then you're like in the middle of it. And so it's like, there's always like, you're always finding ways to be busy. I mean, I definitely take 15-minute lunch and check the fantasy scores or something, but like it
Sure.
goes by quicker than you think. Like, cause then like you get distracted and like you don't factor in, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom and then I have to do this real quick or let the dog out or do just something like random that throws you off track. And it's 6 hours, 3 hours too. It goes by quick. It's
I've noticed that even when the girls are home and when I'm with them, that time because even they like the oldest ones when right before school started, Hazel and Quinn were excited for when Margo went to sleep because then they kind of got my attention and we all got to play with saying two older ones because they know exactly how to play and I could play with them. I could play dolls. I could be that fantasy character and they all enjoy it instead of Margo not knowing what's going on. But before you know it, and before I gotta like really start doing some things or stuff around the house, like an hour and a half, 2 hours in went by, and mom's gonna be home soon. I'm like, damn, I really ain't do nothing quite yet. So I get when you get caught behind that A ball and you look up and you finally see that time, it's like, sheesh, I gotta start to do grown up stuff.
yeah, but at the same point when taking an hour to chill and do Call of Duty, I mean, it's I had my moments where I was like, I'm just sitting down and watching the show for 40 minutes because like I'm just like don't no one's clinging on me, no one's screaming at me. I'm not going to change one diaper and then this person's like jumping off the couch and like so I just need 45 minutes just to not think. And like
That
you know
part.
just and I mean that was years ago for me. I mean this year I was just kind of like I just need 45 seconds for someone not to fight because it's 83 degrees and not 84 degrees and they ask Alexa and then they go back and forth about whose Alexa should they use and
Oh,
but
I
so
wish I'd have not shown Alexa or how to use Alexa to any of my children. Alexa, cancel. So, sorry, one in the office.
oh, you would have heard a different Chris about 2 3 weeks ago. I was burnt done. Like we went to the cabin last week and I got out of the car and as soon as I was alone with my father-in-law I just said just get me the hell away from those little shits. Like I just need to not be around them just because I cannot take it. And Jackie's like, you're short tempered with them. I'm like, they make me short tempered. Just completely not owning my own shit. Like, no, this is on them.
Mhm.
Whose side are you on?
It's all their fault. It's all their fault.
Right. I'm a good parent. They suck at being kids.
That's the tough part, to be honest with you. I've been noticing that too in myself. Like but maybe it's just time for them to really get outside. That's when I send them outside. I'm like, outside, everybody outside. I don't want to hear nothing about it. And they all kind of get the idea, like, okay, I guess this is daddy time. But it's a matter of, for me, the questions, the repetitive questions. It's the infamous granola bar. It's the, can I watch something? And can we have our tablets? No, go outside. And this is me breaking it. Just enjoy yourself. Go outside. It's good weather. You know?
Remember how I told you that there's a TV in Sawyer's room, a smart
Yeah.
TV, that I taught him how to work? He doesn't ask to watch TV. He's told when to turn it off, but he doesn't ask to watch TV.
There's
Just
a cheat code.
skip
There
that
is the
step.
cheat code.
And now he knows I got him in franchise or dynasty mode for college football. So he needs help like recruiting, but now he'll their new routine now is we just put on our lower level, we just put a new TV in and then move the PS3 up there for them because they won't come down to this scary basement by themselves. I'm
Uh,
like, yes, more MySpace, but
oh,
um but no, their new routine now is Lily grabs when they wake up. Lily grabs her iPad. They go to lower level. Sawyer will put on a Disney show, or he'll be like, "Lily, will you watch me play PS3?" And she's like, "Sure." And they'll take 45 minutes to an hour, and then they don't come bother me or wake me up, or they're cool. And then I'll be like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna make breakfast, and then it's time to shut it off." Or like, "Hey, guys, we're gonna go do this now." And like, "All right, cool," but like, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. So just
there you go. I like that. I'm starting to enforce some of those things. I just want to make sure that they're asking before they're doing, so they get that installed in them before just wanting to do something on their complete own. So that's why I make them check in. I make them ask. for just about any and everything, just so I know what they're doing and what they're wanting, like what they want. So in case they, you know, do too
But
much, indulge too much on it, you know.
right, well, we have like they know ingrained times when they can and when they can't. Like
Gotcha. There you
like
go.
when I'm running the show and it's on me and you know, there are obviously there's times it's different, but Lily comes to breakfast with her iPad. I'm like, no, turn that off. Eat your breakfast. When you're done, if you're done eating your breakfast, your teeth brushed, your bed's made, you're dressed for school, you're ready to rock. You can watch your iPad. But
There you go.
they know the times of the day where they can do it and when they can't do it. And then when Lily knows she can't do it, she'll go grab her iPad and try and hide somewhere. And then I'll just go
Mm.
hunt her down, and I'm the asshole. But
Give me that. Get over here.
right. So, but
Hey,
then
so,
she gets me good too though. I'll like pull my phone out and I go to, she's like, no screen time, and I'm like, but
ooh,
I gotta adjust my lineup. And then,
ooh, man, I promise to you, I get Hazel gets me a couple times, and then it just makes me readjust. Like, okay, how long have I been on this phone? When she's like, I wish I had a cell phone. I'm like, what you need one for? And she's looking at me
it's
on mine.
it's a slippery slope between do what I say and not as I do,
Yeah, yes,
and being
sir.
a
Yes, sir.
hypocrite, and then letting your kid call you out and tell you what to do. And so it's that's fun.
That is fun. Well, I mean, obviously, you see what we do here, and it doesn't come easy. So I'm constantly on it for other purposes other than just my own, joys. So she knows that too, because before all of this, I was doing retail arbitrage. I was reselling a lot of things. So I was on there for that. And I kind of showed her exactly what that is and what that looked like. And potentially one summer, her and I are going to set up a business to do that. In the meantime, between time, I'm on there just to check out certain things and also get social media set up. But she definitely checks me like, yo, I think you might have been on there just a little too long today, Dad. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, okay, okay. We got playtime. I'll put it down. I'll put it down. So
Yeah.
no, one thing to talk about here, and I thought it was the sweetest moment. Margot's just now starting to learn how to talk. So she's getting into her two syllables, right? Yeah, right, there you go. That's her two syllable, three syllable words almost. So thank yous, please, and water, cup. She's got a good repertoire of words that she's working with, right? Um, but we're working on learning how to say thank you at appropriate times, or I'm sorry, showing sentiment, right? Or what is the other word I'm looking for? Um,
Sympathy?
yeah, compassion, having
Mm.
compassion, those type of things. So Hazel went like and asked a question of how does Margot know when to say sorry or thank you? I'm like, well, we teach her that, and we teach her that by doing what we do here at dinner. So if we are all passing around potatoes or if we're all passing around plates and asking for things across the table, we're saying please, we're saying thank you. So she's seeing that from our actions, but we also reinforcing it with telling her to say thank you, those type of things. So she know when she receives something, she's saying thank you. Uh, the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's kind of like a small victory for me. Uh, you got like so it's like a double win. One, we're teaching our children how to be polite, even at an early age. But two, we're showing them exactly by doing it, right? Explaining it to the oldest how important it is to continue to do it so the younger ones can see it as well. So it was kind of cool just to have that moment with Quinn and Hazel because they're both were asking the same questions, just kind of like at different times about how does Quinn know when to do this. I mean Margot, well, how does Margot know when to do this at certain times?
My godfather said, well, first off, good for you guys for teaching manners. I'm a stickler on manners as well. Please, thank you, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
you bump into somebody, I'm sorry. Excuse me, I didn't mean to. Like it's not hard, and good for you guys for doing that. We are the same way. My godfather told me at a young age, please and thank you will open a lot of doors in your life. It's
Yes,
it,
sir. Yes, sir.
it's and if they my kids are very good at manners, and when they don't, I'll just, what'd you say? Can I do this? I didn't hear you. Oh, please. And then like, I'm always on them too. And you're right. They learn it, and you also have to execute it as well. Like it's
Yeah.
right. Like, and I check myself on that. Like, pick that up. Like, no, Lily, will you please pick that up and put it
There
away?
you
And I
go. Yes, sir.
try so hard not to be. Like, she started repeating me, or Dad, you don't have to repeat yourself. I'd be like, okay, Lily, repeat after me, please. You know, Dad, you don't have to tell me. I'm like, I do have to tell you. Well, we had, like I said, I think I told you just before, we had a new roof yesterday, and the morning of, I walked out and I said, Lily, Sawyer, and I looked at Lily. I said, please do not go outside without me while they're doing the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And when we go outside, go out with your shoes. Repeat what I said. Dad, I heard you. I said, no, what did
No,
I
no,
say?
no. Keep that.
You don't have to tell me again, but I do. Like,
Old what is that? Old contraire, montraire. Something like that.
right. And son of a nutcracker, if she doesn't start to go, where are you going? I'm just going. I'm going, you're doing what? And she's like, oh, yeah, they're doing the roof. I'm like, repeat after me, remember?
What did I say?
Right. Sawyer got me good. This is kind of off topic, but he got me good the other day. This was just probably a week or two now, and I was so fed up with it. Just done with them bickering every day. Just the 3 months they were done with me, I was done with them. Took them to a park they wanted to go, and before we went, I said I didn't want to go because you're gonna want to go to the splash pad, and she's gonna want to go to the beach, and then you're gonna want to fish, and then she's gonna want to go to the playground, and then they're like a barbershop quartet. Daddy, we will behave and listen to you. Like they had rehearsed it, and then when we go there, they're the first 2 minutes they're getting along, and they look at me, Dad, see, we're getting along just fine. Just so then
They're pitching
carry
each
on,
other in the back.
right? So then all of a sudden, oh, I forgot exactly what he did. Oh, he wasn't listening to me. And then he wanted to go do something else. And I said, no, we're not going to do that. He wanted to go chase a rabbit. He wanted to jump off the bridge into the marsh, which was dried up because of the drought, and chase a rabbit. I said, no, Sawyer, please don't do that. And he goes, do it. I said, Sawyer, don't do that. You don't need to jump and chase the bunny. Let him be. He's just eating food. And he's ignoring me. And then I finally just yelled at him. I said, all right, you know what? Boom, we're done fishing. That's it. And then he's negotiating with me. And then I said, you know what, Sawyer? You're too old. You should listen to me. You understand what I'm saying. You're 8.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm saying it, he just goes, once I was 7 years old. I was trying I was
Yes.
trying I was trying so hard not to laugh, but then again, I was so proud because the smartass torch has been passed.
You succeeded, my friend. He
But
started
long-winded
young
story, but
and he
he
got
got, I'm like, son of a, you got me.
once I was man, but the thought process, to had that thought process to come quick.
Like that.
Whippersnapper. There you go.
Like that. I said, do what? So
Now, question for you actually. And it comes for the children. Not like I'm coming at them, but it when you call on them, hey Sawyer, hey Lily, hey Lil, how do they respond?
depends on if they're hungry, they need something, or they know they're in trouble.
Gotcha. Or if you're just calling on them because you need them to pick up something or bring something to you.
Oh, it
Coming around.
generally it depends on the mood. Like
Gotcha.
dead serious, and I get when they don't, I get pissed. And there are times when I totally screw with them, and I'll be like, "Hey, Lil, sorry, you guys come here, please." And they'll come in, and I'll just have a piece of chocolate for them. And
Hmm.
I'll be stern, like, Lily, sorry, get over here, please. And they'll come down, and I'll have a piece of chocolate for them, or I'll ask them to do something. And they have their moods, and you kind of got to get. I try and get like this. Obviously, this first week is slack school. You got to give them some slack because
Yeah,
they come
yeah.
home and they're yeah. Um, it all depends upon their mood. And my daughter is very emotional, and
Mhm.
I don't poke the bear. I mean, there are some things that I don't change the rules on.
Sure, sure.
Like if I asked her to do something 4 hours ago and she hadn't, and then now she's in the mood. I'm sorry, I'm still not going to give in to you. But how about you? Are you dealing with sass? Or are you dealing with being ignored?
One, they're definitely not ignoring me. That's let me get that straight right there. But the thing is, and I guess I'm nipping it in the butt early. It's the response of what or yeah that
Oh,
I don't like.
you're talking about what they actually say.
That
Okay.
part, right? Yeah, and then all the other stuff. You're right. It is very temperamental. It depends. It is very occasional. Like it's on occasion of how they will come. Like Hazel gets it. If I'm like, come here or hey, I need you. All right, Dad, I'm on the way. You know what I'm saying? They moving. She's like, yes, here I come. That kind of stuff. Quinn, meh, it depends. She can mosey over or come over, but it's the matter of if I call on them and their response is, huh, yeah, or what? Who you talking to? Because I was raised that way. Like my parents, my mom was just like, nah, nah. I don't take it as far as in yes, sir, or no, sir, and yes, ma'am, that stuff. If they were grandparents, sometimes I'll have them go yes, sir, yes, ma'am. But for the most part, if I'm calling on them, it's a yes. Or excuse me, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not having them the huh, yeah, or what is a no go.
I'm harder on them if grandma or grandpa or mom or someone who has earned the right to um earn the right to be to have authority or respect given to them, like a close uncle or a close aunt or a neighbor or something like that. I'm
Yeah,
quicker to get on them if they snap with me. We spend so much time, and so I know the difference between them being, kind of half checked out and being disrespectful. And like if they're half checked out and they whatever, I'm cool with it because you know how many times they come up to me when I do the dishes and I'm like, what? Like or
yeah,
like so I mean, and so it's like, and I've checked myself on that too, and I'm not calling myself perfect, but like I'd be a hypocrite because where do they get it from? I mean, they're they
yeah.
get a lot of their stuff from mom and dad, like, and so I get what you're saying, and I know I say it out loud, and I sound like, oh, I'm such a wuss when it comes to that. But I said, but you know what? I do it too. So as long as they're using their manners and
Oh,
not
yeah.
completely blowing me off, but I don't know. That's tough because I mean, they're especially Hazel and Sawyer. They're around friends so much, and they get all this dial, and so they're pushing the
Yeah,
buttons.
yeah. They're using as much as they can from their friends that they learning them from, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I strive for, and I just really want all day, every day. I get being lax in a crib with us. You know what I'm saying? The house cool, but when you out and about and you in front of people, you on your toes, man. You 10 times in. Like I need them to be yes, ma'am, damn near yes, ma'am, no, ma'am type stuff when they're not in front of us.
Well, I think again it goes back to like with the manners and how I'm very very good with manners. I don't care. They and my kids are with me so much is they see it. The roofers at our house yesterday, good morning, how you doing? Thanks so much. Or hold the door, if someone holds the door for me, I say thank you. Or
Thank you.
no
Yep.
matter, you pick up your
Please.
food at the
Yep.
drive-through at Chipotle or whatever, you say thank you. And it doesn't matter who the person is or what the service is, you always show manners. And I always say yes sir, yes ma'am, and my kids see that. So I mean,
Good. Good.
I don't have them saying yes sir to me or yes ma'am to mom or grandma, but they're pleased and thank you, and they see me doing it.
Yeah. One thing I like, I make sure that Hazel and Quinn clean up the table, like at least take the dishes to the sink and all that kind of stuff after dinner. And one thing, I don't know if I or Katie showed her this or talked to her about it, but before she grabs for our plate, she's asking, "Can I take your plate, please? Would you like me to take your plate for you?" Like those things are. I was like, man, I am way to go. Tap on your, you know what I'm saying, pat on your back for that one. Pat on your back for that one.
It, I like that, and this is an internal battle I have is in the summertime, they had their chore lists and they did their chores and extra stuff and their help cooking and stuff like that. And they're definitely pulling their weight. And now I look at it and I'm like, someone told me once when I was in school, your job from when you're 6, 5 till you're 18, your job hopefully is to be in school and do the best you can do in school,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
My wife's job is to support the family right now. My job is to make sure that the kids are taken care of and everything around the house is good. And so I look at it like this. So wait, they're in a classroom for 6.5 hours, following orders for 6.5 hours, doing what they're supposed to do. My kids get rave reviews from teachers and other parents. And so they're doing good in school. And then they come home and it's like, well, you know what? I've been, I've had the easiest day out of the group. And it's like,
Right. Yeah.
they clear their plates. I always make them clear their plates and their cups. But you know what? The ketchup bottle, the dishes, and like the food, I got that. Or
Oh,
like, I don't try and give them chores outside of make their bed and that stuff. Now, do you still assign chores to Hazel during the school year, or you kind
no.
of
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I kind of sit in that same mindset. I do like this like tonight. Like her room was a little junkier than normal. I washed all the clothes and I make sure that she puts her clothes away. I'm not responsible for that. Those are hers. So I told her when she wakes up in the morning, clothes need to be put away and these toys need to be picked up. So that means your room needs to be picked up just a little bit better than it was before. And that's about it. Everything else, when it comes to chores that she has to do in a week, no, I don't. But I do make sure that they learn how or know how to, or make sure that they are up on it, is cleaning up after themselves. So if they're playing in one room and they're done playing in that room or outside or in the basement, then they clean up from in that room before they
right,
move to a new one.
right, gotcha.
So, yeah, I mean that's where we're at with that one. I mean, I'm not ready to give her chores yet. She's ready to start washing her clothes and helping with the dishes and helping cook. And I'm like, I get it. It's the curiosity that leads you, and you're 8 and you just want to start. But I just like at this moment in how things are moving, you're in the way more than you are assisting. Right? If there was less of us, like you didn't have these other two sisters, I would definitely have you helping. But if you're gonna do it, Quinn's gonna want to do it. If Quinn's doing it, Margo's at all of our feet trying to do it too. And at this point, I can't make dinner because everyone's wanting to put their hand inside of the
Which
pasta.
which it's like when you're in it, it's such a battle of
Yeah.
like I'm making breakfast. They want to help, and I'm like, I don't want you to help because it's a bigger mess. It's gonna take longer.
Yep.
Then you're gonna spill, and then but like somebody removed from the situation, like, man, just relax and let them help. And
Yep.
like I tried really hard towards the end of summer, and actually did at the end of summer. Is like Sawyer he wanted to make his breakfast and his lunch. He's making himself scrambled eggs and scrambled eggs for breakfast, and then his other thing he loves making for himself is quesadillas. He's got a big scar
Yeah.
right here that blistered and popped in the first day of school because he burnt himself. And I said, you know
Jeez.
what? You won't do it again, right? And he's like, no, I learned. He bless his heart, he grabbed the pan and he put it in the sink right away and tried to wash it clean. It's like you
Oh,
gotta wait till it
yeah.
cools off, bud.
That's the way to get it.
But I was fine at the end. I was so done. I was like, sure, all right, you guys are cooking. Let's go do it. And there's one time I was like, just inhale, exhale,
Hmm. Hmm.
little woosah, rub the temples and let them cook. And
Little woosah.
it's like I ain't eating this shit. Let them let them do it the way they want to do it. And I was like, well, it took an hour and 15 minutes to make pancakes, but guess what? They flipped these awesome pancakes that are now bent in half, but they had fun. And it's different for you because you have the younger ones. When they get a little older, there's no melting down for food, or no one's crawling up the stairs, or nobody wets themselves other than me than when I watch the Lions. But
Jared Goff is going to be a scary play, but we'll see.
I think they'll be I don't think they're gonna go do anything special, but they're not gonna be as bad as people think. And
They're
I
not
like
going to
the
go 0-16. They're not going to do that again. I'll
No,
say that.
because they'll go 0-17 because they play 17 games this
It's big fact. Right there.
year.
Switch. Hey.
That's my team too. Oh man, see, I mean, it was the first day of football, so I had to wear. I almost wore my Stafford jersey, but uh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, man. No.
I
Hey,
actually I
man.
heard. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I heard based on our conversation last episode, also known as a month ago. Did you ever listen to Patrice O'Neill?
I do. I love him. Favorite,
Oh
one of
man,
my favorite comedians.
very underrated, and I'm surprised how many people that listen to comedy don't know that much about him. I mean, granted, he didn't really go that mainstream, and then he passed, but he had a quote that it made me think a lot about now for me with the kids gone and what we were talking about, and just dealing with our um struggles with our kids and just mood like all that stuff. But one of his shows, he said, men want to be alone, but we don't want to be by ourselves.
That
It's like,
part. Yeah, that part. I remember that one.
yeah.
That
And
is
like that,
exactly true.
does that fit us?
That 100%. Like I don't. I kind of had that way with Katie. I'm like, here's how it goes. I miss her when she's at work, but once she comes home, I'm like, oh yeah, she's home. But I'm just like, I don't want to be around you really like that because it's like, I just want you in the vicinity. You know what I'm saying? I need to make sure that you're safe and over here, but you don't need to be like right here. You know what I mean?
I'm
That's
not
not all
saying
the time. I always
I'm not saying you need to be at my beck and call. I'm just saying like I just need a little bubble and and just I love you and I love even with Sawyer, I love talking football with you, but at the same point, some of these questions and it, and Lilly, I love you so much, but sometimes I don't want to play hide the squishy.
oh
And
my gosh.
your kids make up games. They have these squishies in their game. Her game is always, we're gonna play hide the squishy. So we'll like go in her room, and she's like, "All right, now you gotta close your eyes, and I'm gonna hide the squishy."
Well, we don't play that one. We play dolls. I'm a OMG doll, and we just make up stuff and we talk and play and imagination, man. Like that's what they're on. They'll take the magnetic blocks, build a house, and then we're playing school, we're playing house, we're playing hospital, all those sorts of things. So we're making up a ton of different scenarios and situations. That's what we're on. So OMG dolls, LOL dolls, a couple Barbies, and imagination. That's what we have. But I can only do so much of that before I'm like, all right, let's just wrestle a little bit here, man. Toss
I,
around and just play.
I, Sawyer and I were wrestling the other day, and he was having, and now I started because he's so big, and he's he's strong, and he doesn't know his own strength.
That's Hazel. Hazel the exact same, and she's oh man, two or three. She's carrying two-gallon jugs into the house, like no
Dun,
issue.
da, da, dun, da, da, dun, da, da,
Right.
dun, dun, da, da, dun.
She's a beast, bro. Like, oh, like not like that, but like very strong. And I let her know that all the time. We got a picture of her picking up cinder blocks. Sorry to take over the story, but yeah, she's just
No,
picking
you
up
can.
cinder blocks, and we got a do rag on her, and her with a fierce face. We got to call Pookie, Pookie, and Ray Ray Poo. Actually, no, she's called Ray Ray. I'm gonna find that
Ray,
picture.
you
Her
done
middle
right.
name's Ray, so we call her Ray Ray.
So,
Quinn is named Pookie.
so,
Margo and them.
so you're politically incorrect. I refuse to acknowledge do-rag. It's bandana because I wear bandanas all the time, and people just like they make comments to me about being a thug, and I'm like, it's like a bandana. I'm not gonna call it like I'm not a blood. I'm not a crip. I just like.
No, 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 no. See, here's the difference, though. So, no, this one is literally called a do rag. Like it's
Oh,
a
it's an
silky
actual.
garment that you put on.
Okay.
And it's called a do rag. It has a tail and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I got probably 15 bandanas. I'm not kidding you.
See that I take though. But you rocking bandanas. If you tie them the wrong way, and yeah, you put them on your head, whether they're red, blue, or black, or go, you might be in a
Oh,
in
I don't little Miss Red Riding Hood. I'm and I don't know. And the funny thing is, I've always loved them. My uncle used to wear them. My mom wears that. Like she'll be gardening, and I'll go there. My mom's got it, and like she kind of rocks them almost like a scarf or like a train robber. It's like, but it's crazy. I quit wearing hats, but I'll rock them. And my kids always mock me for it too. Like I'll put the bandana. Like, are you working out or doing yard work?
They coming at you, bro.
They got me. They know me.
That's it. That's
But
it.
so I started to teach Sawyer WWE wrestling. So now
Yes,
we
sir.
pretend to hit each other,
Yes,
and then
sir.
like I'll pretend, and we always like I'll put my hand here, and I always mess with like a neighbor or an uncle or someone. And I'm like, I'll just go like this. I'll like look at my shoulder. Those watching that listen. I'll just put my hand to my chin, where the person behind me can't see it, and I'll have them smack me as hard as they can here. And then I'll just go, boom, and then I'll go, Sawyer! And then they're like, oh, he just smacked his dad in his face.
Yes.
The kids love it, but I'm still a WWE fan.
All the way through,
And
man.
so we now fake wrestle because he's too strong.
That's it. You know what? I'm gonna introduce some wrestling to Hazel and Quinn and see what they think about it. I seen a photo, not a photo, but a video on YouTube or Facebook the other day, and it made me feel exactly like it was yesterday. Right? It was a three-way match against Mankind, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I remember that match as if it was yesterday. That match of that time was 22 years ago. I was like, hold on, this looked like it was today.
Yeah.
22 years ago. And I was on the edge of my seat, excited. And I remember Mankind winning that match, the whole nine.
My kids know the what game. We play what all the time. I don't know if I told them on this
No, no, no. What's
show.
the what game?
What?
Uh,
So I thought I talked about this on the early in the show. Like, so we'll go fishing or we'll go to Ely. I'm like, all right, today we're gonna go to Ely. What are we gonna do in Ely? And they'll go, what? We're gonna go fishing? What? Jump off the dock? What? Maybe take a
like,
sauna? What? Roast some marshmallows? What? So like Lilly, I showed her the Stone Cold clips and she laughs her ass off, and so her and I play the what game all the time, and she'll be like something random like Daddy, can I have some strawberries? I'll go, what? Maybe some raspberries? What? And like a banana? What? So it's like she does it too. And like people
yes.
like, this so dumb. And I'll start whatting them like, oh, you know what's kind of fun.
Oh,
But
see,
that was a golden age, man. The Attitude Era was awesome. Oh, by the way, Triple H had a heart issue, so if he's listening, I hope he gets
get through it,
gets
Trip.
yeah, man. I hope he gets well.
No,
Um,
I can remember those days, and I remember sitting there with my hand on the remote, on the back button or the recall button, depending on the service you had, and I just flipped between WWF Monday Night Raw and WCW Nitro. Classic stuff right there, man.
I had it I had it marked down. So if you remember correctly, Nitro went to 3 hours, but then after Nitro was done, it would replay. So I'd watch the first 2 hours of Nitro, and then I would watch Raw for 2 hours, and then I'd flip back to Nitro and catch the last hour. And I'd go to bed at 12:30, 1 o'clock,
Well,
and start school the next day. But
1 o'clock in the morning.
damn it if I didn't see DDP win the World Heavyweight Championship and watch Stone Cold give a beer bath to Mr. McMahon on the same night. Or that's probably inaccurate of the timeline, but
So
that's what
close though.
right.
I
So
think
I threw a touchdown, but then it was reviewed and it was called back.
oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, this is a good one. Sawyer got me again. You've seen Frozen, correct?
Yes, plenty of times.
over under 49.5
Over.
in
Because
the month
sometimes
of
it
June.
plays in the background until Frozen 2 came out, and then that took over. But no, Frozen has been, yes, multitude of times.
You know what Disney did with Frozen 2 when Frozen 2 came out and it wasn't supposed to be like released on Disney Plus for like 6 months and then quarantine hit and they said, "Fuck it, you know what, guys, just take it."
Oh, yeah, get it out of here. Go, go, go. Run
Yeah.
with it.
So anyways, this is a week or two ago and we were just in the funk of dinner of what to eat for dinner and everyone's fighting and this person wants this person wants that and Jack gets home from work at 5 but we don't get back from doing what we're doing until later. Everyone's exhausted and there's one day I said, you know what, screw it, I don't care what everybody likes, I'm making these 3 things for dinner. And it was Brussels sprouts, pork chops, and I'll say corn, whatever it was. I don't remember what it was, but I took an hour and a half, made a nice meal, and like everyone was quiet and we sat down. It was the first time, like literally all summer, we sat down, had a good meal, and everybody ate. And we're almost done. And I said, you know what, guys, this is really nice that we sat down and everyone ate together and no one was complaining about the food. And I said, I'm glad that everybody liked it. And Sawyer just goes, for the first time in forever. It's like, so I thought I had a touchdown, but it was more like it was upon further review, he finally made something well for people to eat. And
That
again, that
part.
kid with his wit. Fuck.
That is pretty damn good. Hey,
The sad
man,
thing is, Jay, Jay. Sorry, he's got my quick wit, but he's smarter than me. So I created a monster.
that is 100% true. 100% true. Good gosh almighty. Well, guys, this is the Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad podcast. Guys, please make sure that you go and like all of our platforms. We're on everything. Twitter, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, and we're also on here, Facebook. So right here, Rad Bad Sad on Twitter and TikTok is how you find us. Make sure you like, share on all platforms so people can get the word out. Also hear all the quick wit that um Lilly
Sawyer's
and Sawyer has, man. I mean,
you're
they
stealing
are
the show.
still in the show, my guy. And then Hazel and Quinn and Margo are also on their way of getting down the wit as well. Just more fun to be had. So check it out. We're on all streaming platforms. That's right. We're on Amazon. We're on Deezer. We're on iTunes, all of them, every single one of them. This show here is our first one back after a long time. We're gonna come back with a few more. You feel me? Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Chris?
I think yeah, we're 10 minutes after Thursday night football. We're rocking and rolling. Let's enjoy the game or put your kids to bed and then grab another drink or another snack, go to the bathroom 10 minutes later after the game. Jay and I are going to kind of catch up on the week and have some fun.
That's exactly it. Last thing before we get out of here, guys, remember to be your absolute best because being empowered starts today. We live life, we love uncontrollably, and we seek growth. When you do all 3 of those, you're in your alpha state. So remember, stay primal and get after it. I'm also add a new one in there. Hey, protect your peace and drink water, man. Enjoy your night, guys. Have a good one. This is the Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad podcast.